Hello everyone. Let's talk about a common real estate topic that people are often not so sure about, something that's a little bit confusing to most people dealing with this for the first time, or even who have dealt with this before, is how do you pick a realtor that works for you? How do you make sure that it's going to be a positive experience, which there's of course never any guarantees. And I just want to clarify that realtors are independent contractors. Just because you pick a realtor from a franchise or from a small office, the office name, the brokerage that a realtor hangs their license with really does not necessarily determine the quality of the agent that works under them. The brokerages will usually take on as many agents as they can. It's simply they get a split of the commission that the agent makes. And so what's important to understand is that you are hiring an individual. You're always hiring the agent. You are not hiring the franchise or the brokerage name behind that real estate agent. A few other things that might help you make your decision are, of course, do I like this person? Do I trust this person? Is this person active, and are they available? Those are big ones. Most people know one or two people that have a real estate license. It's not really hard to find someone in your circle of friends that has a real estate license. But what is important is that agent, just because your cousin or brother or aunt or uncle has a real estate license, doesn't necessarily mean that they are active and that they will be available to you when you need them, basically. I think the average agent does, or the average real estate agent does an average of about 2 deals a year, which of course does not give you a ton of experience or a ton of exposures, or a ton of exposure to laws, regulations, and being in the habit of doing regular transactions. So that might be something to talk about with someone that you are considering hiring for the job of getting your property sold, or for the job of finding your property. If you are looking to buy a property, do they look at the MLS every morning? Multiple times I have been able to find a buyer client a property that they were interested in and wanted to make an offer on, because I happened to be looking at the MLS the day it came on the market. And the good deals, of course, they go fast, so you want an agent that is actually checking the MLS, the multiple listing service, daily, to not miss the deal that might be just right for you. And same with if you're selling a property, you want someone that is available, that if something comes up to where they need to be available and you need to call them or get a hold of them, you want someone that is committed to their job, that ideally is doing it full time. Sometimes documents need to be signed, returned, signed again, returned again, within a matter of hours to stay within the deadline of a certain time frame. And if you have someone that, for example, holds another job until 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock, then of course it just slows things down and might be more difficult. I know a lot of people make it work, and a lot of agents are part-time and do a few deals here and there, which is wonderful. However, that is something to consider. And then the third thing that you want to maybe think about is to set up a set of expectations surrounding communication. Once your property is listed, what happens a lot of times is that the agent did their job, or they consider their job done. They put it in the MLS, they uploaded the pictures, they have the description in there, and they consider it their job to wait for a buyer without doing anything else, which makes the seller often wonder what they're paying them for, since the seller pays all the commissions to the agents, and the commissions then get split between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. The selling agent, which is the person representing the buyer. Selling agent, it's kind of a little bit confusing, the terminology. So make sure they know what you expect in terms of communication. Ideally, your agent has brings that up themselves. You let them know, can I text you, how long of a time frame they have to respond back, how long of a time frame, just kind of basic expectations of what you can expect from them. That way you avoid frustrations down the road, hopefully. I don't want to let this video get too long. I hope that helps a little bit, and I will see you on the next video.